Hello, how's it going? I'm Luciano Ruas from the Brazilian Accent Improvisation, and today we are going to talk about an interesting resource and an interesting element in Brazilian melodies that cause a percussive and a percussive effect that is the repeated notes on the melody. Uh, it's a melodical resource, but it causes a lot of swing in the melody. Then I prepared some pieces of different styles playing repeated notes. Sometimes we use different rhythmic divisions to do them. Then it's important to know what sounds good in each style. To you don't play the wrong accent, or to be aware of what you are doing, because sometimes, or I'm sorry, to be aware of what you are doing, for example, because you can also choose mixture some accents in different languages, okay, of playing. Then I prepared some choros that use, for to start, some choros that use repeated notes. This choro is called Escorregando. It's from Ernesto Nazaré, and it calls Escorregando because in the piano, when you repeat notes, it's like sliding. Alright, this is Escorregando, that has this in second part also. And repeats a lot of notes. Okay, we can use this in improvise and sound very interesting. Also, that is a Nazaré's choro called Odeon, and Odeon is this. In the third part, it uses melodical and repeated notes. And so it goes. We have one from Pixinguinha that's called Proezas de Solon, a choro that he did for his dentist. Okay, and the main theme is this. Now we have the B section with repeated notes. Now, or we can play. Then I showed you three examples of a lot of repeated notes. And with this, the second, it's similar. This has one rest, 1/16th rest before starting, And another, it's idea of repeated notes, but with some other melodical ideas. I'm gonna take one melody of a harmony of another choro and try to apply these ideas, okay? I'm gonna use the choro Noites Cariocas. Another, I'm going to use the idea of Odeon. And I'm going to choose simpler ideas with repeated notes, but mixturing more different kinds of melody, okay? Then I was mixturing some ideas of melodical ideas, common melodic ideas, with these repeated notes, and it gives a strong accent, Brazilian accent. You can feel the swing of these repeated notes. All right. The other use I'm going to say about the repeated notes is in samba. When you use repeated notes in samba, the way we think it's often different, because in samba it's common to use the syncopated repeated notes. Right, this is the use in samba. It's common to use the syncopations just with one note. Note that I play in in staccato, and the second note has a little accent. Okay. This is the proper pronounce for the syncopation in samba. And we can use sometimes with one different note. It's a common use in melodies of samba. All right. For example, we have the samba Falsa Baiana. it's that use this kind of repeated notes and with this kind of syncopation. All right. The repeated notes are also often used in the Northeast music. All right. If you have some songs from forrós, baiões, you are using they a lot. For example, I prepared this. Then it's common to make melodies it's common to use two repeated notes, and in the piano we can use this fingering. That's 3-2, 3-2, 3-2, and it will be very easy to repeat notes when you are in going down in a scale or going up on a scale. Okay, so then it's common use in the baião, in the forró. In the baião also you can use in syncopations. That's nice. They use in baião. There is also one Northeast style that's used. You can find in almost all melodies of the shot. These repeated notes. It's very common. This is Shot do Almeidinha by Hamilton de Holanda, and it also uses lots of repeated notes. If you realize, the shot has a triple feel, and if we transform some music in shot, it's common that we start to use repeated notes. For example, there is one slower song in Northeast repertory. gonna show you again the melody. If we transform this melody in short, I made some changes. I'm sorry, when I try to remind the music that I didn't prepare, sometimes I get some mistakes in notes. I make my own traps when I do these lives. All right. So in short, we have this triple fill, but repeated notes are often used. Okay. And the last I think it's important to say also, it's the repeated notes on frevo. Frevo has a fast melodic movements, but it uses, like samba, repeated notes. It's very common to for example, when I am not prepared, they don't sound. Okay, these are the repeated notes in frevo. We use syncopated melodies, accentuating the same note, the middle note, like we do in samba. Okay, and the last thing I would like to say is that we have some substitutions for repeated notes, or we can transform sometimes other melodical pieces in repeated notes. Okay, I'm gonna return, for example, to the first examples I showed you. When we have lots of repeated notes or 16 notes that takes one tempo, we can transform them in syncopated repeated notes. Okay, for example, in Odeon, like I showed you. Besides doing, we can also altern the reading with this different, because when we vary, we call attention of our audience. When your sound is always predictable, audience used to stop paying attention. But for example, if you do this part, I'm changing the division. Sometimes doing repeated notes, on some repeated notes with 16th notes, and sometimes with the syncopation. All right. For example, in proezas also. The second part. Let's say that is the original one. You can change by the syncopation. Or you can, for example, use some chromatic approach. Alright. In frevo, it's interesting that you can transform syncopations in, for example, this is the same rhythm of the pandeiro, no? Besides playing and the same to in samba we don't use so much chromatic motion, but I'm playing frevo. And when if the samba is a little slower, it's besides playing And if you are playing a slow samba in a fast way, you can change for syncopations. It's going to do this interesting percussive effect and gives balance to the song. When I was starting, I thought all the balance of music, Brazilian music, was in the percussion instruments, the harmonic instruments that drew percussive lines. But now I realized if the melody is not percussive also and doesn't have this feel and this swing, you aren't already sounding Brazilian. So that's it. I hope you liked this subject. I think it's very interesting, and it can change your sound just knowing this information. Okay, I hope you liked that, and if you are here in YouTube, press the subscribe button and like and try to share. If you are in Facebook, share also, press the like button. And so it's this. If you have any question, any doubts, I'm here to answer you. Thanks for watching and see you tomorrow. Bye bye.